Subscribe to the channel, man. What's up? I want to talk about Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis came on the scene at what, a couple years ago. He was, I believe, Adrian Broner brought him down to, to sign with Mayweather, and Gervonta Davis, he hasn't had a marquee fight yet to even put him on, the level of saying that he's going to be a star. I know Leonard Ellaby. I heard him in countless interviews saying Gervonta Davis is going to be the biggest star in boxing. But my thing with Gervonta Davis is talent is not enough to be a star. Talent gets you in the door. Talent gets you a pass to get backstage. That's what talent does. Talent, you have to have more than just talent. You have to have discipline with the combination of talent, because the discipline is will make you a mainstay. The discipline will keep you, you know, will let you have the chance to be great, because Gervonta Davis, he can fight. He got good foot movement. He got pretty good hand speed, pretty good power. For I believe he's at 135 now. So, and he's still fairly young. He's only like what, 23 maybe. But to me, the discipline outside the ring and inside the ring, because he lost his belt on the scales. So inside the ring and outside the ring, I don't like his discipline. So he's a wild card to me. He's one of those Johnny Tapia type guys, Adrian Broner type guys that have a lot of talent, but the discipline. Like Johnny Tapia was a great fighter, in the lighter divisions. You know what I'm saying? Go back and look at some Johnny Tapia fights. He wasn't disciplined. He had some things going on outside of the ring. His was more outside of the ring. When he got, he always came ready to fight, but his things was outside of the ring. Gervonta Davis and Adrian Broner, theirs poor inside of the ring, to where they losing their belts on the scale, coming in overweight, and not performing. Well, Gervonta Davis, up to this point, he's been performing well in the ring, but that's a red flag of you losing your belt on the scale, especially being that young and winning a title and just willy nilly just losing it on the scale. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, fighters know a fight is is about to happen and is brewing, probably about a month before we know, probably longer. So you have no excuse not to even go into camp in shape. You should go into camp in shape. You shouldn't go into camp to get into shape. That's what I'm saying. Most of these fighters, they wait until they get in training camp, and then they want to use that as a weight losing program. When you get in a training camp, it's for you to refine your skills, get some sparring in, get your timing on, all that stuff. Not for you to go in and hope that I make weight, hope that I don't burn myself out in training camp, leaving it all in the gym and all that stuff. So Gervonta Davis to me is a wild card until he sure up his outside the ring things. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? Until Gervonta Davis sure up the outside things, I'm not sure if he can become a star. He's the only one that can hold Gervonta Davis back from being a star, but then from being a potential star. He's the only one that can hold himself back. And it seems like he's doing everything to hold himself back. He's always in the headlines outside of the ring for the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? Like he remind me of Adrian Broner 2.0. This is an Adrian Broner all over again. Adrian Broner, he did the same thing. He lost his belt on the scales at a young age. It always, like, when you're that young and supposed to be, that's when you're supposed to be hungry. That's when you're supposed to love having the belt, love being a champion. And for you just to just let it go like that is just, I don't know. I don't know if it's the if Gervonta Davis, he looks at it like, Mayweather is his promoter and he's always going to have a chance to win a title. That's what some of these fighters are so spoiled that because of the management they have behind them, the promoter they have behind them, they figure like, okay, if I lose the title, I can always get in position real easy to win another title. See, that's the difference between a person that like that's the difference between a person that doesn't have that bagging and knows when he gets the title, it means everything to him. It actually means something to him to where he's going to be disciplined to be able to keep it. He's going to do everything to keep the belt. And to me, Tank Davis just didn't really bother him. And then when he was on the Mayweather undercard, when Mayweather fought McGregor and all those millions of people brought the pay per view, he had a bad performance. Yes, he won, but the performance was lackluster. It was a lackluster performance. That's when he should have. See, that's what really tells me about a person. When they're in a position that a great position and they just squander it or they don't take full advantage, that tells me a lot about you as a your character and what you really what's really important to you. Are you in boxing to be a celebrity, make a lot of money, and don't you really don't care to be a star or whatever? Because you have to understand that being great in the ring has something to do with you making a lot of money. You're not gonna make a lot of money. Yeah, you're gonna make some money in the beginning until people start finding you out, until the ring finds you out, because the ring finds you out before you find yourself out. You'll get in the ring and somebody will beat you down, and then a lot of the hype that was around you, all of a sudden people started to fall off. As Adrian Broner, people start falling off of Adrian Broner after every loss. People start peeling back off of Adrian Broner. So Gervonta Davis, to me, he had an example right there in front of him, because when him and Adrian Broner went through their little Twitter beef, he even said, You're just mad because you messed up your chance." And that's what Gervonta Davis said to Adrian Broner, which he was correct when he said Adrian Broner did mess his chance up. Adrian Broner had a chance to be a superstar. Like I said, he marketed himself very well. He did that part very well. It was just the outside of the ring, and then him letting that seep into the inside of the ring. With held Adrian Broner back. Nobody held Adrian Broner back. Adrian Broner had talent to pull off being a superstar, potential superstar, and he held himself back. And now Gervonta Davis is going down that same path. He's going down that same road. I see him going down that same road. And he in every interview, just like Adrian Broner, he always say, "I'm getting it together." And then the next month he's in the headlines for something else outside of the ring, unlawfully. So yes, Leonard Ellaby and Mayweather and Al Heyman can be behind him and they can push him as much as they can. But one thing they can't do, they can't fight for him. They can't train for him. They can't be around him 24/7 to hold his hand outside of the ring and make sure that he's handling his business outside of the ring as well as inside of the ring. You know, I guess he left Baltimore. Now he's in Miami training in Miami with Devin Alexander, former trainer. I forgot his name, but he training with him now, and hopefully that guy helps him and brings some discipline to his life outside of the ring, because that's where he really needs help. Inside of the ring, Gervonta Davis is fine. He's fine inside of the ring. It's still more to learn. He still got more to learn, and he will take those steps to learn them. But it's outside of the ring where he needs to sure things up. Maybe he needs to just leave Baltimore altogether. Sometimes people think, "Oh, I need to stay in the hood to keep it real." What you mean keeping it real? Like I said before, the hood, all it is designed for you to either go to jail. Yeah, Kevin Cunningham. Thank you, man. Kevin Cunningham. All the hood is designed for you to go to jail, keep you down, being on drugs, being an alcoholic, things of that nature. When you better yourself, you should be able to. You should get out the hood and don't worry about people in the hood telling you to keep it real, telling you to keep it real so you can stay down, so you can be held down. And like a lot of your friends, like a lot of my friends, everybody know a lot. You go back to your old neighborhood, and your friends are doing the same things that they uncles did when you was younger. So, Gervonta Davis, look, word of advice, man. Keeping it real is keeping it real to the family and friends that have been with you since the beginning. Family and friends that care for you and support you through thick and thin before you start making a lot of money and becoming a boxing select star or whatever. Those are the people you need to keep it real to, not the people that are still doing the same thing they did 10 years ago. No, you can't keep it real. You can't keep it real with people in an atmosphere that is not conducive for your well being. You need to get out of that. Now, if it takes you to go down to Miami or it takes you to go to Las Vegas, I know Floyd Mayweather want Gervonta Davis in Las Vegas so he can oversee him. See, Floyd Mayweather does, everybody have flaws, but Floyd Mayweather knows the boxing game in and out. And if Gervonta Davis would listen to the man, will and believe me, Floyd Mayweather has a blueprint for you because Floyd Mayweather wanted to make as much money off of you as you want to make yourself. So if you do that and follow the man's blueprint, the sky's the limit for Gervonta Davis. But when we're young, we're rebellious. We don't want to listen to a whole lot, and then we wait till we get like 30 years old and like, oh man, I remember what that guy was trying to tell me was real. You know what I'm saying? I listened to this other person or these other people and I didn't get nowhere. Because Gervonta Davis got to understand, in boxing, you're year to year, because any fight can end your career. So you're year to year, fight to fight. You're fight to fight. You know what I'm saying? You can't come into boxing and be like, oh, I'm a box for 20 years like Floyd Mayweather did. I'm a box like 25 years or 20 years like Bernard Hopkins. No, no, no. That's not how it worked. If you look at those guys' careers, they were disciplined. They were disciplined fighters. And they took the sport very, 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 very serious. And that's what Gervonta Davis need to do. Before you become a star, you have to look, you have talent. No doubt about it, you have talent. But like I said, talent gets you in the door. Talent mixed with discipline keeps you inside of the house. Otherwise, you're gonna be on the outside, and you're gonna be one of those guys we in boxing. We're like, man, dude, if he only had better discipline, he could have been this, he could have been that, could have been that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to stay on the even keel. You have in people in your life, some people in your life that you grew up with, those probably can't be the same people in your life 5 years, 6 years from now. You grow as a person. Every 5 years, I believe, you grow as a person. And some of the things you can't do some of the things you did 5 years ago now, or you shouldn't be thinking the same. You should be on a higher level of thinking than you was 5 years ago. You can't, if you're gonna have wisdom, you have to learn from your mistakes. That's wisdom. Is learning from your mistakes and not repeating the same things over and over again. So that's my message to Gervonta Davis, man. You got talent. Yes, you have a chance to be a superstar, but you like I said, you have to win the right fights. You have to stay disciplined. You have to have great in the ring performances, and you have to stay disciplined on outside of the ring to maximize what you want to do inside of the ring. Because eventually, what you do outside of the ring seeps into the ring, and then it's over. You can take the body out the physical ghetto, but you cannot always take the man out. Yes, you can. Men, yes, you can. See that's a lot of people. See that's what's wrong with a lot of black people and a lot of black men in particular. People always tell them that yes, you can take it out your mental. Yes, you can. You can get. I grew up in Chicago. I grew up in Chicago in the '80s and the '90s when it was rough, when it was worse than it is now. The only reason why people think Chicago is worse now because we got social media and you hearing about everything that's going on in Chicago. But Chicago been like that ever since I was younger, and it probably was worse when I was younger. So yes, you can grow as a person. You have to get away from it, and then you have to set a set of standards in your own life, in your own ideology. You have to come to a conclusion of, okay, this is not working for me. This is not working for me. I'm gonna start doing this A, B, and C so I can become a better person. So, and then like a lot of people, they use that as an excuse because that's what they're comfortable with. We all want to do what we're comfortable with, but a lot of things in life you have to do things that you're uncomfortable with. That's progressing in life. You're gonna have to do things that you're uncomfortable with to be able to get better in life. And yes, he can take it out his mental. Yes, he can. What I'm saying is basically that a man has to make the right choices. Yeah, yeah, he has to make the right choices, and sometimes it's hard leaving your friends behind or the people that you're used to growing up with. But if those people are holding you back, you have to let them go, man. You have to keep drama and chaos out of your life because that's what Gervonta Davis is used to. He used to drama and chaos. I believe he was a foster child and he was homeless at one point. So he knows what that looks like. I'm pretty sure he don't want to be that. But let me get out of here, man. Hey, man, thanks for coming through, man. I got to go to my son's basketball game. I'm out. I'll probably be back later with another one.